members and the participants. On behalf of the Department of Computer Application, under the aegis of the Human Resource Development Centers HRDC, Integral University, Lucknow, I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to Professor Dr. Mohammad Faisal sir, head of the department, for his leadership and vision as convener of this FDP, and to Dr. Tasneem Ahmed sir, Dr. Asif Khan sir, and Mr. Faizan Mahmood sir for their dedicated efforts in coordinating and managing this program. Also, thanks all the faculty members and the organizing team for their valuable contribution in making this program successful. It is now my honor to introduce our distinguished speakers for the today's session, Dr. Muhammad Usama, Assistant Professor, Department of Environmental Science, Faculty of Science, Integral University, Lucknow. Dr. Usama has around 90 years of risk teaching and research experience. He is UGC NET qualified and completed his PhD in environmental science. He is serving as a nodal officer of Integral University under the Ministry of Home Affairs, Government of India. Dr. Osama is the recipient of several awards and the recognition, including Certification of Excellence from IIT Bombay and the Best Faculty Award in Environment and Ecology in the academic year 2008 to 9, and delivered a radio talk and expert at Gyanvani on topic climate sciences and agriculture on 4th June 2018. He has an impressive research profile with publication in high impact journals, book chapters with Springer Natures, and presentation at national and international conferences. His area of expertise include artificial intelligence application in environmental management, integrated waste management, smart cities, water quality assessments, and sustainable development. The topic of today's session is use of artificial intelligence in integrated waste management for the development of smart city. This topic is extremely relevant in the today's context as it brings together AI, environmental protection, urban sustainability, and smart governance. Without further delay, I now invite Dr. Muhammad Usama to kindly begin his sessions and kindly share his valuable insights with us. Now it's over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for this wonderful introduction. I will not wait much. So, the topic that today I am going to cover is about how artificial intelligence is used in integrated waste management system and for the development of a smart city. I am environmental science background person, so my deliberations will be related to how AI is playing a crucial role in development of smart city and especially focusing on waste management. So let us start. So what is a smart city? That is a very pertinent question that you may be looking at. So a smart city, before that, to be explained, what is a city? As per the Census of India, Government of India data, a city is considered city when it is having at least 1 lakh or more population. And you know that cities require uh, to grow, so they have a good employment potential and they contribute to the nation's GDP. Often we move to cities for better quality of life, better services. So cities have the potential to provide this. So let us look at how our topic is related to very important two sustainable development goals that we are eyeing for to achieve. One is the sustainable development goal number 11 and another is goal number 12. The goal 12 talks about living in a sustainable cities, developing sustainable cities, and goal 12 talks about sustainable use of resources. So how, when you integrate waste management and develop a smart city, how this topic becomes relevant and how AI is assisting in achieving sustainable development goals with waste management. So what are the problems of a city? Why you need to develop a city into a smart city? So there are certain problems like poverty, inequality, environmental degradation, and global warming is one of the problem. And you see that although the cities have just 3% land, but the amount of energy they are consuming is 60 to 80%. And the carbon emission contribution is nearly 75%. You know that the problem of climate change and natural disasters are affecting now most of the cities of the world. So you see that among them, one of the major problem is waste management that today I am going to take up today in this presentation. Because as a person, as a city developer, we mostly look about how to generate things, how to manufacture things, but no one looks at how to manage the waste that is being created by us. And unless we try to do this, it is very difficult to convert a waste into an opportunity. We say that waste can be converted into a resource. So for converting a waste into a resource, it requires that you need to use the technologies in doing so. So this is a picture, an image from Lucknow only. This is Shivri plant. Our students visited that plant and they are managing the waste there in Shivri plant in Lucknow. So the problem of waste management, why we require waste management in city? The data is staggering. You see that the municipal solid waste generation is nearly 2.01 billion tons annually. And the per person per day waste generation is in the range of 0.1 to 4.54 kilogram. What we see that it that 2.1 billion ton can reach up to 3.8 billion by 2050. You know the city is also how much it is suffering from congestion, how much it requires to be managed properly, how we will manage this waste. That's an issue. Look at the cost that is being paid. By 20, we were paying about $252 billion in waste management, and it can exaggerate. How much? It can exaggerate to 361 US dollars if the facilities are not improved. If the climate change is continuously posing a problem, they are poor waste management. You see, it can rise up to 640.3 billion if urgent action is not taken. But if we try to change situation, we move towards circular economy, then it can even reduce to $108.5 billion per year. So let us look at how the municipal society, the municipal community is spending money income wise. You see that the 20% of the expenditure of municipality is being spent in low income countries, 10% in middle income countries, and about 4% in high income countries. So That is the expenditure municipalities is paying to the management of waste. Look at the data of which part of our world is contributing how much in waste generation. You can see that the East Asia and the Pacific region is contributing maximum at 468 million tons per year. Nearly 23% is their contribution in waste generation. But Middle East and North Africa are contributing the least. So you see the trend in waste management and the waste generation. So obviously world over waste is being generated a lot. So it is required that waste needed to be managed, especially in the cities. Look at how what is the amount of money being spent on waste management. High income people are spending the maximum. 1 minute. Let me. Yes. One slide is missing. No problem. So look at the millions of tons that is being generated. Especially 683 million tons is waste is generated by high income countries, and it is leased at 93 million tons per year in low income countries. Coming to the waste composition, you see that the amount of waste, what is its composition? You see that the maximum type of waste that is in the waste being generated is food and green waste, that is 44% of the waste. Then there is paper and cardboard around 17%, and other composition is also being mentioned. So you need to, when you need to manage the waste, you need to know the waste. If you make a policy for a people, you need to understand the people, and if you are making a policy for the management of waste, you need to know the composition of waste and where what type of waste is being generated. Let us look at towards smart city. We have been listening a lot about smart cities. Obviously, the smart cities employs, you are the people of computer science. You know a lot, even more than me, about how AI functions. Basically, digital technologies and information communication technologies are being used to provide this service. What happens in digital technology, basically what you do is that you convert the real world information, the images, the sound, the text into digital signals, and that is stored, processed, and you use the various hardware, softwares that you all are very well aware, and here only AI is being used. Okay, let us look at information and communication technology. When I am talking you in offline mode, I am doing what? I am just doing communication. The medium is air. The moment an electronic system is being added, like some of you are hearing what I am speaking through the internet connections, so it becomes information and communication technology. So what happens in information and communication technology? What we speak, it is in analog version, and then after going to the all the process, the decoding is being done, and then you the receiver hears in the real version. So what things you expect in smart city? We have been hearing a lot about smart cities. What are expectations from a smart city? We want robust infrastructure. We want smart transportation. We expect e-governance, digital connectivity, applications for energy, and very smart waste management. These are our expectations from a smart city, because
just by saying a city is smart, it will not become a smart. You need facilities for the citizens to make the life easier. And when you want to make it easier through the use of AI, then it only through the use of internet technologies, then only it will become a smart city. Let us look at how any smart city is going to function. Okay, there's a problem. Hello, is it okay? Can we proceed? Is it okay? Yes, just check. Hello, hello. Internet connection. Hello, hello. It is coming. Okay, fine. Uh, Sorry for the inconvenience, a minor glitch. Okay, so let us look at how you the AI functions in a smart city. There may be various services, but the services has a pattern. How you utilize this pattern? First, you need to have data collection. That is, you need to collect the data for the city, for any service. Here in our case, we are talking about waste management. You need to collect data. So obviously there are sensors which are collecting the data. Then there is data analysis. So the sensors and devices, whatever data is being collected, then the data is received in real time. It is being analyzed. And after this, whatever trend you have noted down, that is the, for us, the trend is being noted down by the municipalities, one who is taking care of the city. So they will look at what information is being coming out through the data after analysis. So they may have generated insights. Okay, that waste is being created, that part of the city is generating more waste, that part is generating less waste. Here the waste disposal management problem is bigger, here it is less. So based on that, the insights are being created, generated, and on that insights, then the technology works to make the system efficient. So based on the whatever data you have collected through the sensors, after the analysis, after the insights, you will now make your services more efficient. In our case, it is for the waste management. So we are looking for in smart integrated waste management better waste handling, its storage, its transportation, its disposal, for creating a circular economy. And obviously there are lots of advantages, like transportation distance is reduced by 36.8%, and it saves times and cost. Now what we see, how integrated waste management is now changed. You look at the diagram. Previously, if you look at the diagram, in the first portion, you see that source reduction is at the upper side and landfilling is at the bottom side. First image. That means initially we were looking at that waste will be created, it will be created, and we need to look at how we will dispose of in landfill. That was our approach. But later on, there was a paradigm shift. Now we are looking at the source itself. That is, that at the source itself, we will focus more on how to reduce waste at the source. then look at recycling options, compositing options, and finally you have the
During the boom of climate investing, there's a surprising industry that's expected to rake in the green. It's garbage. North America's biggest landfill operator, which manages your waste, is known as
WM.
It's best known for collecting trash and putting it in a landfill.
If you've lived in America and you've thrown something away, chances are they have handled your trash.
But beginning in 2026, the company says sustainability-focused ventures will reach 15% of its total profit, or about $740 million a year. Here's how the company plans to profit from government tax credits and a market that's hungry for renewable energy and recycled materials. This is the economics of WM. Over the next 4 years, WM plans to invest $1.2 billion into making fuel from rotting garbage. When the trash that ends up in a landfill decomposes, it releases a slew of gases. One of them is methane, known commercially as natural gas, which is more environmentally harmful to the atmosphere than carbon dioxide. Landfill owners would previously capture methane and burn it off to prevent it from seeping into the atmosphere. Now, they collect the gases, and nearby plants separate the methane, which is piped into power plants for electricity or into homes for heating and cooking. WM already operates 66 landfill gas plants all over the country. Landfill gas is much more expensive to produce than gas drilled by energy companies. But thanks to federal tax breaks and other incentives to reduce pollution, landfill gas has become economically viable for producers and buyers. WM expects to receive $250 million in tax credits installing gasworks at 18 of its landfills, thanks to last year's climate, tax, and healthcare bill.
The climate bill really was a bit more of a catalyst to do it faster.
Waste management is pursuing these projects because they're immensely profitable right now. And it's made projects at smaller landfills, which will be less productive than large landfills, it's brought them into the money. They're now economical.
WM says this expansion will allow it to produce 8 times more gas than it does now and will generate $500 million in additional profit through 2026, not counting the tax breaks. Currently, natural gas from landfills only accounts for less than 1% of the U.S. natural gas supply. But because of the growing demand, the number of renewable natural gas projects, including landfills, has nearly doubled in the past 5 years, and production has significantly increased. WM's competitors are also cashing in with their own landfill gas plants. Republic Services is planning to open a total of 77 renewable energy projects and reported that about 88% of its landfills are covered in biogas collection systems. But WM's not just investing in landfills. The waste management company is making large investments in upgrading its recycling plants, like this one outside of Cleveland.
Our 100,000 square foot facility is built to manage 12,000 tons a month of recycling.
These investments are helping plants to increase recycling recovery rates, and the company expects the new tech to add $240 million to its bottom line over the next 4 years.
The WM Cleveland facility prior was a commercial recycling plant, so we could not offer single stream commercial recycling. This investment now has opened up our capacity to both residential and commercial recycling. We're able to provide single stream recycling for them.
One of WM's upgrades involves automating its recycling plants with optical sorters powered by AI.
So behind me is one of 12 optical scanners within our process system. The optical scanners are made to pick 900 to 1,000 picks per minute. Through programming and imaging, it identifies a specific product, and there's an air jet that then identifies that product onto a conveyor over to the baler to be baled for the end user.
It makes the sorting go a lot faster. It removes human error. And what they found is that it really boosts not only the quantity of what they call recovered materials, but they're getting a better quality. It's cleaner. It's not a jumble of other stuff in there. So they're spending a lot of money to automate these recycling facilities in order to boost efficiency.
Where we have made these investments, we're lowering our operating costs by reducing some of the labor intensity of the business.
All that stuff goes to these facilities where it's sorted into different materials, mixed paper, corrugated cardboard, clear bottles. That all gets separated. That's a very intense labor, not a very pleasant job. These companies have a really hard time keeping people in those jobs.
And these optical sorters have already begun to increase revenue. Recyclables have become an increasingly valuable commodity themselves as more companies promise to use recycled packaging.
There's a big shortage of the materials, of recycled material that companies like Coca-Cola or Amazon or whoever uses a lot of plastic and paper can reuse for new packaging. So the race is on to really get that stuff out of the waste stream. And companies are willing to pay up for those materials, even though they're more expensive, because they've told their investors and their customers they're going to clean up their act.
Plus, more cleanly sorted recyclables fetch a higher price. WM says the optical sorters are able to increase blended commodity value by about 15% per ton. And the company expects that it will be able to recover 25% more reusable materials by 2025.
We're continuously looking at that algorithm to make sure that we capture more material long term.
And sustainability investments are even going back to one of WM's core businesses, collections.
People need to do the job right at the start. And we have a technology that we use called Smart Truck that helps us with that.
Smart trucks come equipped with cameras. When the truck tips recyclables into its hopper, its tech captures footage of the materials for a team of technicians to review. These technicians scan for any objects that can't be recycled and monitor the amount of recyclables. If WM detects misplaced recyclables or overflowing bins, it sends a notification to its commercial and residential customers, informing them of the issue.
In our regions where we have that smart truck technology, we've seen residue reduce roughly 20% in those markets. So that's key. Let's just say a really dirty pizza box mixed in with paper, that good paper or good cardboard gets contaminated and then it can't be recycled.
Much of this technology is already in place today.
We definitely think about the materials that are in our landfills as just that, materials. They're a resource.
What we think of as trash,
If you walk along our streets, you often see litter on the ground and not in the bins. Rubbish doesn't fit in the bins and gets blown around by the wind, creating unsanitary conditions that attract dogs, birds, and rodents. The city has to spend a lot of money on a large fleet of vehicles to service all these bins. Taking this into account, as well as a number of other environmental and economic factors, we have developed a new state-of-the-art litter bin. Binology bins are radically different from standard bins. They use solar energy and don't need to be connected to the electricity network. They are equipped with a compactor, so they hold 8 times more rubbish than an ordinary bin. Software provides information on how full each bin is, and this, together with road condition reports, is used to allocate drivers to the most efficient waste collection routes. The advantages provided by state-of-the-art binology technology include up to 90% reduction in the cost of waste collection, a significant reduction in the number of collections, thereby reducing the number of waste collection trucks required, managed and reduced fuel cost, reduced CO2 emissions. By installing smart bins, recovered materials can be separated and recycled. Animals can't get into the bins. The level of waste in each bin is monitored in percentage. Waste collection routes are generated taking into account road conditions. Improved waste management through system reporting. In addition, advertising materials can be placed on the bins to provide an additional source of income. This technology will give us modern, clean cities that will make everybody happy. Binology, making the world a cleaner place.
there are different types of machine learning algorithms. You may be more familiar. You know, P8, you know, 11. They all are doing what they are just identifying, classifying the waste, so proper waste management can be planned. And the accuracy of 17.8, 99%. This is about shipping plant. This is one of our students who is getting the vehicle. And in Lucknow, we are also managing the waste at shipping plant. There is a plant which is specially looked up the waste management of Lucknow. Now look at how smart waste processing and disposal can be done. You can convert if you have segregated the waste initially very well. So if there is a material biodegradability, that waste can be converted into energy. That means waste can be converted into energy. If the material is combustible in nature, okay, combustible waste can be converted into energy, but biodegradable waste can be converted into compost. Okay, so the landfilling will be more scientific. The composting plant at Lucknow, at Shivri plant. Certain case studies is not so that smart city was just the concept of India. There are smart cities which are managing waste at world level, like the case study of Mashriba downtown Doha, Qatar. What they are using the smart waste. There is a centralized understand that how the system operates. See, what I have seen that whatever hardware sensors are there, there is a place where everything is being analyzed. That is the centralized monitoring system. And based on the centralized monitoring system analysis, the waste collection routes for vehicles are being designed. So this is happening in Doha, Qatar. Singapore, they are using solar powered compactors. There is some app, and they are also using smart bin solar powered container. Why this solar powered container? Because they can convert the waste almost 8 times. They can reduce the waste. They can compact the waste. So that same smart bin can be used for keeping more than 8 times of waste. It's about status, wastage, but also of case study. Barcelona, Spain, here too, you see that IoT sensors are there, optimized collection are involved, and a centralized management system that often there is wherever AI is being utilized, it is being monitored through a centralized one system. Similarly, in San Francisco, this is, you have seen that there are a lot of efforts, like they have not only started smart bin, but they have prohibited styrofoam, polystyrene, ban plastic, make composting mandatory. And one important thing is that they are charging, just like ours or city, a waste management fee is being charged. But obviously, AI is involved, what they are looking at the waste, and if what type of waste is being generated by a house. They look at the type of waste. The house generates more non-biodegradable and like that they are charging. But if the recycle is more, they are getting less money for the. So how so how they are working, and they are even sending alert messages to the house. Look, your waste generation is not up to the mark. Pay some money because you have crossed your limits. In Israel, trial, there is an award system on an automated waste collection system. What they are using, they in every residential building trial, residential building is connected to underground pipe, and these pipes are having uh, the area for collection of dry and wet waste, and it goes to the underground storage unit. Once a week, they took the waste, and the waste is then sent after compaction is sent to centralized system for waste management. How is being managed is right. Then this is about Los Angeles USA. We will they are using the smart waste management practices. Now let us take an example from our country, India. We know that Indore has been recognized by the city of by the our country as a smart city, and it was also doing very fine in terms of waste management because it was part of smart city. It was part of smart city mission of government of India. So you see how it's being managed at the initial level. They are and the whole information goes to the command and control center. There is GPS-based connection system attached to the vehicle. So wherever the vehicle moves, the information is there at what part of the city the vehicle is moving and what part of collection of waste. Then the waste after being segregated go for one way. Either the waste which is compostable converted to compost, and whatever waste combustible in nature convert it into. So you have waste energy option, waste compost option. You can generate a value out of the waste. Overall, the waste management becomes easier. So these are some of the benefits of waste management in a smart city, like waste volume reduce, valuable materials and energy, sustainability and timely collection of waste, and optimize cost efficiency here. And AI can go check performance and repair equipment wherever required. There are challenges with the waste management. That what are the challenges? Yes, urbanization is an issue. That nowadays cities are expanding. More cities are being developed. The collection disposal issue is there. Data initial cost is quite high, and there are concerns of that data privacy because that maybe the data can be used for other purposes. That is the danger. And how the old equipment is integrated with AI, because a city may be having all the equipment for waste management, but how do you integrate AI into the existing infrastructure? That is an issue. And you also require skilled workforce to ensure that the city is managed efficiently, effectively, the use of the AI platforms that is being provided.
The world generates over 2 billion tons of municipal solid waste annually, a staggering figure that continues to rise each year. Imagine a mountain range composed not of rock and ice, but of discarded plastic, rotting food, and broken electronics. This is not a distant future. It's our present reality. This is the reality of our planet's growing waste problem. Every corner of the globe is affected, from urban centers to remote areas. Every year, this mountain grows, fueled by our insatiable appetite for consumption. Our throwaway culture is driving this crisis. It's a sobering reminder of our impact on the earth. The visual scars on our landscapes are a testament to our wasteful habits. The consequences of inaction are severe. Polluted rivers, harmed wildlife, and degraded ecosystems are just the beginning. Landfills, once seen as a solution, are rapidly reaching capacity. They are no longer a viable long-term option. Incineration, while reducing volume, releases harmful pollutants into the atmosphere. This trade-off is far from ideal. The oceans, too, are becoming dumping grounds, choking on plastic and debris. Marine life is suffering immensely. Our current waste management practices are simply unsustainable. We must rethink and innovate to protect our planet for future generations. Improper waste disposal poses a grave threat to both human health and the environment. The sheer volume of waste generated daily is staggering, and without proper management, it accumulates in landfills and open spaces. Landfills, often overflowing and poorly managed, leach harmful chemicals into the soil and groundwater. These chemicals can seep deep into the earth, contaminating the water sources that many communities rely on. This contamination can pollute drinking water sources, posing serious health risks to communities. People consuming this water may suffer from various illnesses, some of which can be life-threatening. The air we breathe is also at risk. Pollutants from waste can contribute to smog and poor air quality, exacerbating respiratory conditions and other health issues. Open burning of waste releases toxic fumes, contributing to respiratory problems and other ailments. These fumes contain hazardous substances that can linger in the air, affecting both humans and wildlife. Beyond the immediate health impacts, there are far-reaching ecological consequences. Deforestation and pollution of rivers disrupt natural habitats, endangering countless species. Marine life is particularly vulnerable, often mistaking plastic waste for food. This ingestion can cause internal injuries, blockages, and even death. This ingestion can lead to starvation and death, disrupting delicate marine ecosystems. The balance of marine life is thrown off, affecting the entire food chain. The consequences of our wastefulness are felt across the planet, from the deepest oceans to the highest mountain peaks. It is a global issue that requires immediate and sustained action to mitigate. Thankfully, amidst this crisis, hope emerges. Innovative technologies are transforming the way we manage waste, offering sustainable solutions for a cleaner future. Smart bins, equipped with sensors, are revolutionizing waste collection. These intelligent bins monitor fill levels, optimizing collection routes, and reducing unnecessary trips. This not only improves efficiency, but also reduces fuel consumption and greenhouse gas emissions. Inside sorting facilities, another technological revolution is underway. Automated sorting systems, powered by artificial intelligence, are separating recyclable materials with remarkable speed and accuracy. These systems can identify and sort different types of plastics, metals, and paper, diverting valuable resources from landfill and back into the circular economy. Section 4, Global Success Stories, Beacons of Change. Cities around the world are demonstrating the transformative potential of smart waste management. Singapore, a global leader in sustainability, has implemented a comprehensive waste management system, incorporating advanced technologies and public engagement initiatives. Their Zero Waste Master Plan outlines ambitious targets for waste reduction and recycling, aiming to create a more circular economy. Sweden, renowned for its environmental consciousness, has also made significant strides in waste management. They have embraced waste-to-energy plants, which incinerate non-recyclable waste to generate electricity. This innovative approach not only reduces landfill space, but also provides a source of renewable energy. Section 5, The Road Ahead, Challenges and Opportunities. Despite the promise of smart waste management, significant challenges remain. The sheer volume of waste generated daily poses a daunting task for municipalities worldwide. The initial investment costs for these technologies can be significant, particularly for developing countries with limited resources. These nations often struggle to allocate funds for such advanced systems. Public awareness and participation are crucial for the success of any waste management program. Engaging communities in cleanup drives and recycling activities fosters a sense of responsibility. Educating citizens about the importance of waste reduction, separation, and responsible disposal is essential. Schools and community workshops play a pivotal role in this educational effort. Furthermore, technological advancements continue to shape the future of waste management. Innovations like robotic sorting and smart facilities are revolutionizing the industry. Blockchain technology offers potential for tracking waste flows, enhancing transparency and accountability in the recycling chain. This can ensure that waste is properly managed and recycled. The Internet of Things, or IoT, can further optimize waste collection and processing, creating a truly interconnected and intelligent waste management system. Smart bins and IoT-enabled trucks streamline operations. Section 6, a call to action towards a zero-waste future. The journey towards a sustainable future requires a collective effort. Governments, businesses, and individuals all have a role to play. Governments must implement supportive policies and invest in the necessary infrastructure. Businesses need to adopt sustainable practices throughout their supply chains, minimizing waste and embracing circular economy models. Most importantly, each of us can make a difference. By reducing our consumption, reusing products, and recycling responsibly, we can contribute to a more sustainable future. Let's embrace the potential of smart waste management, turning our trash into treasure and creating a cleaner, healthier planet for generations to come.
that is established and here only we follow the concept of waste management that reduce, reuse, cycle along with the technology integration and as we see that what Mohammad said, that's it. Is enough for this argument that we have need, but not so we should try to manage this sustainable manner, show a vision for us and still half of it and now we